We in the building. Gonna do a little bit of a relationship Q&A. Gonna wait for some people to get up in here. Once some people get up in here, we're gonna get going. All right. I wonder how this lighting's gonna work. Hold on. Let me see if this looks better with or without the light. Let's see what it looks like without. Okay. What does it look like with? Okay. I'm not really sure which one looks better, to be honest with you. I guess I'll go with this. I'll go with this. And if people saying that it's dark, then I'll switch it. But either way, this show, like I said, guys, it's all about you. It's a relationship Q&A. So any questions that you guys may have, anything you run into, I'm going to answer. So while I wait for some people to get up in here, I'll probably start answering some questions that have already been asked. And then after that, we will most likely go from there. My biggest concern when I was thinking. That way people have time to get up in here. All right. All systems should be a go. What's up, Justin? Not much, man. Just chilling, on the move, making some bread. Decided to rap with you guys. See if anybody had any questions, anything that I can answer. The champ is here. Let me make sure. Speaking of which, hey, is the sound quality good real quick, Justin? I just want to make sure I got someone in here I can ask. What's my thoughts on the red pill sphere nowadays? I sound A1. All right, good to hear. What's your thoughts on the red pill sphere nowadays? It seems played out. Yeah, I would pretty much agree. I don't think there's many people bringing new ideas to the space. I'm not really even hearing about it that much anymore, to be completely honest with you. Like, even when I go and look for it, I don't see too much. So I'd agree that the red pill is dying out. And I think the biggest problem with it is after a certain point, it's like, okay, we've discovered the dark side of female nature. We know what women are capable of. At a certain point, how do we move this needle forward? Okay, you have that awakening, but how do you move the needle forward? We know what female nature is. How do we use this to our advantage? That's where I think the red pill goes silent, because at the end of the day, you can have all the philosophies you want. You come up with all the scientific theories you want. Women are people. And if you don't learn how to get comfortable communicating with people, then you're never going to be successful with women. So you can know all the nature, and it's a good thing to know, but how do you move the next step forward? That's where most of them struggle, because a lot of them, they never really move the next step forward. So when you ask them, okay, I'm aware of female nature, now what can I do to be successful despite that? Or how can I get her to act right knowing this? That's where they get frustrated and they get annoyed, because they don't have the answer to that question. Which they may then tell you to go MGTOW, which MGTOW has its own flaws and problems. Because my issue with MGTOW is everything starts, for the most part, in the black community. So when MGTOW says men going their own way, and don't get married, and some of them will go as far as to say don't have kids, which I find funny for a man who has kids to tell others not to have kids, because you already have them. So of course you wouldn't have a problem telling people not to have any more, because you already have them. But you're telling people who don't have kids not to have kids in the first place, which is wild. But going back to my original point, my issue with MGTOW is, if you look at the black community as a whole, right? Men have been going their own way in the black community, rather by choice, right? Or because they got kicked out of the household, for the better part of like the last 50 or 60 years, right? Well, let me not say 50 or 60 years. I say closer to about 40, because in the early 60s, black men were still in there. So really, it wasn't until probably like the next decade or two after where we really started to run into the problem. But either way, let's just look at the black community, right? Men have left, right? Men have gone their own way. They're doing their own thing. And the community as a whole has been no better for it. Black men have left their women behind. Okay, now granted, there is a slight racial aspect to this, but still, overall, despite leaving their women behind, they're still third, damn near fourth in terms of earning potential. They're barely ahead of Hispanic men in terms of earning potential. So to say to men, okay, well, your life would be better, your finances will go up substantially, and all these great things are going to happen simply from walking away from being married or walking away from dealing with relationships, the numbers don't really back that up. Because black men, again, have been doing that for years. They've walked away from women. They've walked away from families. They've walked away from their relationships. And they have substantially less wealth than Asian men and white men who get married at an extremely high ratio. More than half of Asian men and white men get married at some point in their lives, right? And they both have substantially more money than the black man. So there has to be some type of a wealth building technique in being married, which there is, which I talk about on my channel all the time when I talk about easiest ways to build wealth. I tell you what the blue chip families do when it comes to building wealth and why they value relationships so much. Because everybody wants to talk about high value men, but nobody really talks about, besides me at least. Well, let me not say nobody. I haven't heard as many people talk about why all high value men are married, which they are. And there's tax benefits to being married. Right, there's financial gains you can get from being married that people don't want to talk about. So I just try to balance those aspects. And I think that's why Red Pill is going downhill, because, like I said, it's not solution oriented enough. Most young men are going to want to at some point have some type of relationship and have kids. So just saying, oh, don't worry about it, doesn't solve those problems. All right, what else we got in here? Once grifters like Just Pearly Things and whatever podcast hopped on the money making podcast thing, bringing dumb women in to debate them. What up, D Miller? What's going on, my boy? If you got any questions, make sure you leave them in the chat. And do me a favor, guys. If you can, make sure you hit the like button, all right? Make sure you hit the like button for me. But what's that called? Speaking of Just Pearly Things, yeah. So I have a philosophy that says that really women shouldn't even be in male dating spaces. That's just me. So when I see Just Pearly Things, or I see someone like what's that girl's name? I can't even think of them at the time. Chantel Simone or anything like that. To me, that's a waste of time. I don't see the benefit to that. Like, if you're gonna be a woman, you're gonna be online talking about relationships, right? You should be primarily talking to women about how to find a man or how to keep a man. That's what will logically make sense because you're a woman. I don't understand how, in a non-grifting way, you can be a woman talking about dating and relationships from the perspective of a male. It doesn't make any sense. First of all, if you're talking red pill talking points as a woman, you're literally talking a bunch of things that don't benefit you. Like, that's just a fact. You're basically preaching to men how to get their way from women by not being a simp. When you're telling men not to be a simp and you're a woman, you're essentially telling men not to take care of you, right? So no more providers, no more protectors, no more expensive dates, no more it's all about you, no more trying to impress you, no more putting you on a pedestal. Why would a woman want you to take that perspective? Sometimes you guys gotta ask yourself questions when you're running, like I said, Just Pearly Things or Chantel Simone. Chantel Simone is another good example. This is a woman who's a passport bro. Why would a woman be a passport bro? Like, you just gotta think about stuff sometimes. You're an American black woman, and your entire portfolio, your entire profile is essentially based around black men's ability to date anyone they want to that's not black women, and supporting black men going outside of the country or supporting men going outside of the country to get a woman. Here's the problem. You're a black woman in America. You're not married. So by supporting men going outside of this country to get married to quote unquote feminine submissive women, when are you going to get married? How are you going to get married? It's illogical. So the only reason I can think of, you would tell men to do something that literally does not benefit you, gets you no closer to getting a man, gets you no closer to getting married, kids, any of that. It's because you realize there's a lot of money in it. And most of the men who watch that type of content don't get many women. So you're going to sit there, with your tight clothing on and your boobies popping out like this. You're going to squeeze them up real tight and put them in the camera and talk that noise because it's a grift. You just try to make money. And the fact that a lot of these dudes listen to that is why I tell all the dudes in the elite feet not to really play into it, because you'll hear these dudes that be so dogmatic about talking about women all the time, and they'll want to be so unbalanced. And on our channel we're balanced, but they'll want to be so unbalanced and just like, oh, going on a women, Alex, going on a women, Alex. But as soon as a woman pops up, you really get to see the simp in them. They change, they start getting giggly, their message is all different. So they're not even really about the message most of the time. A woman pop up, they see some titties in their face, they don't know what to do. And you're like, oh, titties! They lose all their nerve. Go to some basic surface level thing that I heard when I was 13. LOL, sick in my head. Yeah, man. Yeah, no game. No game from women's really gonna do you any good, guys. Like, it just doesn't make sense. No game for women is really going to do you any good, because even if they mean well, like even if I'm talking about like your mom or your sister or something like that, even if they mean well, the problem is all women know how to do, like by default, whenever a man asks a woman for dating advice, all she knows how to do is tell you what she would want a man to do for her. And that's what makes their advice bad. Like, if you were to ask your mom, or you were to ask your sister, or you were to ask your aunt, or any female in your family, or one of your female friends, how do I get a girl, or how would I talk to a woman? They're gonna tell you how they would want a man to approach them. They're gonna tell you how they would want a man to talk to them. Now, what they're not gonna tell you is, because what you're gonna notice is they're telling you to be a certain way and move a certain way, and most likely, unless they're married, the man in their life's probably not moving that way. And you're confused. And that's because the traits she's telling you to have is traits that she wish her man had. Right? A lot of women can't get a balanced man. So what they do most of the time is they get a dude who's either overly masculine and he has no consideration, no emotional depth, no ability to care, be understanding, empathetic. He has none of that. But he's super masculine, right? So he could provide, he could protect, he could build, fix, and repair things. He could cover those parts of it. Most women never get the balance. So usually when they're telling men, this is how you would go about getting a woman, they're telling you everything they wish their masculine man had or was on a romantic side or on an emotional side. But they're not telling you the other parts, right, that attracted them to him. You have to have a balance as a man of like toxic masculinity, right, and compassion and care, right? It's like I say, you got to have a little bit of beta in you, and you got to have some alpha too. You got to know how to tap into both sides. You can't have one without the other. A lot of women yearn for that balance. So what happens is a lot of them go out, they date overly masculine men, but they have none of that ability to empathize or connect with them on an emotional level, right? I always talk about how important it is to get both. Because if you get both, that's when you get complete submission. Right? That's when even nowadays you'll have women catering to you. But most of them can't get both. So what happens is they'll, after dealing with the quote unquote Chad and Tyrones or whatever, the overly masculine men who didn't have the other side, they'll end up with simps because they start to overcompensate for the other side. Okay, this man's emotional, he's caring, he's trying to connect to me, he's doing not what necessarily what I tell him to do, but kind of at the same time what I tell him to do. He's not as demanding of me. She's getting all that part. But then they'll end up married to these dudes, and the reason these dudes ends up in sexless marriages, or the reason these dudes end up divorced, or the reason it goes south is because she eventually wants the masculinity back that she was missing from the other guy that this guy doesn't have. Most women don't know how to get a balanced man. A lot of them don't even know that's what they need. A lot of men make that mistake too. A lot of men don't understand the importance of having a woman who's a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. They look for a woman who's a lady all the time. You know, she's super classy, reserved in dress. She defaults to him at all times. She never really stands up. She never really talks out of order or any of this type of stuff. But then when it's time to get down to the get down, she can't really satisfy him there either. So now he out here cheating. Cheating with what? Probably a hoe. Why? Because the hoe can do things in the bedroom that his wife can't do. Because all he focused on was his wife being a good girl. Or it's the reverse. Dude runs into a hoe. All right, she rocks his shocks in the bedroom. She can't keep a job. Ain't never got a good job. All right, don't know how to cook. Right, has no interest in cooking. Don't want to clean. Ain't gonna clean for you. Don't listen to nothing you say. Y'all argue all the time. But she got that good sloppy toppy and she got that wet wet. So you wiped her anyway. Most men don't know how to get a balance either. They even look for a super freak who's super attractive, and they completely leave the nurturing, caring, feminine aspects out of it, the creative aspects, the homemaker aspects, the hosted aspects. They leave those out, or they go completely for a homely woman, and then they end up cheating because that homely woman, she don't know how to be sexy, right? She don't carry herself with that same confidence. She's not moving the same way in the streets. Because the thing is, a hoe is more confident than a good girl. And that's what oftentimes makes a hoe attractive. So ideally, you will want a woman who's a little bit of both. She got that freakish side to her, but it's in control. She's not out in the streets moving crazy. And then she also has that homely side to her. Too much of one thing is always a bad thing. All right, what else we got in the comments? Especially the Batman, Courtney Ryan is a white woman from Cleveland who has zero experience with anyone but white men, white women. Dating is way different for white men and black men. Oh yeah, definitely. Dating is definitely a lot different for white men and black men. It's definitely a lot different. And you know what's funny? As much as black men complain, we have it way easier on the dating market than white men do. Way easier. It's not even close. And the reason we have it easier, and I did a video on this one time where I got more into depth with it. But the reason it's easier is because when any woman dates a white man, they date that white man with the expectation that they're going to get married. They date that white man with the expectation they're going to be provided for. They date him with the expectation, right, that he's going to provision for them. Like they already see the house. They already see the kids. They already see the picket fence. The expectation for him is high. When they see you, right, as a black man, the expectation for you is not that high. Honestly, for most black men, the only real expectation most women are giving us is that we have a certain level of like swag and coolness to us, and that we hopefully got a BBC and can blow their back out. But they're not expecting us to marry them. They're not expecting us to give them the baby and the big house and the nice kitchen with the backsplash and the pool out in the back. And, 3 kids and the dog and the picket fence and all this other extra stuff. Most women aren't coming to black men with those types of expectations. Now, I'm not even saying that that's a good thing, because it's not, because that also means that most women are just looking at you as basically a bum with good D. But what I'm saying is you don't have to bring as much to the table initially as a white man does, right? So it's also different strengths and weaknesses that, like, it's like you said, the game is different for a black man than a white man, right? They got different things they necessarily may have to worry about, right? Now, women are women overall. So when we say the game is different, we're not even talking about like just having a conversation with them. We're talking about the expectations that get put on you, and we're talking about the type of game that women are going to run on you. Because the end game is always long term with this white men. It's either a lot of money in the short term, right? Or a lot of money in the long term, which is like a marriage. And if he start by after right, then you put him on alimony and you get child support. But the goal is always to get to the bag with dealing with white men. The goal with black men most of the time is just get your black blown out. Unless you're so successful that they already know who you are when you first come in there. And if that's the case, there ain't nothing you can do about that. Like I said, make sure you guys are hitting the like button for me. And then, of course, if you guys did want to donate, it's in the description. It's Cash App Reset Relationships. And then you guys can also always donate from the regular little YouTube description tag. But just for some of you who might have been jumping in, because some people jump in, some people jump out, we are doing a relationship Q&A. So feel free to ask me whatever you need to know, whatever you wanted to know about relationships. And I'll lace you with some game about it. I'll lace you with some gems about it. All right, D started your Have At program. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So what you plan on doing with it? What's your future plans with it? Like you plan on working for a company, plan on starting your own business. Maybe there's already a family company that does that. Getting into a skilled trade, by the way, while we're talking about skilled trades, for anybody that might be watching, that's a good field to get into. Anything where you're working with your hands, anything like havoc, mechanic, anything like that. Because statistically speaking, I found the stat that says basically for every 5 skilled tradesmen that retired, all right, only 3 men are replacing them. So there's a 2 gap. So for every 5 skilled tradesmen that retired, 3 come in to replace them. That's the ratio. So it's leaving 2 positions at a time. Going forward, that's the trend with Gen Z and millennials. So anything where you're using your hands to build, like I said, anything in havoc, anything in welding, anything along the lines of being a mechanic and electrician, certain types of engineering. A lot of engineering is going to require you to go get a college degree, but certain types you can get away with having to trade for those too. But those are good fields to get into. And of course, anything in data is always a good field to get into. Data is where all the money's at right now, so that's always good. Then of course you got your STEM, but if you don't want to go the college route, so you might not want to get into data or STEM. I'm telling you, man, havoc, welding, electricians, anything like that, big money. Jesse started his cybersecurity course. My man. My man. I'm gonna send you some other job opportunities in your email too for you to take a look at, man. But that cybersecurity, I'm talking about you walking in the door starting at like 75, 87,000. And then it's just up from there. The goal really is to become some type of a project manager or something along those lines, because then it's more delegation than it is direct on work. But it's big money in that, man. Big, 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 big money in cybersecurity. And the good thing is you usually get to work remotely, and you also don't really have to rely on people that much for the most part. Working for a company, that's what's up, D. That's what's up, man. Yeah, you gonna make big bread, man. Havoc was a good choice. Very good choice, man. In 20, 30 years, being a mechanic will be a lost art in high demand. Exactly. It will. I'm telling you, anything where you're using your hands, because I know if Gen Z watching, they about to get tight, but Generation Zesty, man, they not trying to get their hands dirty. Everybody want to have a desk job, man. Everybody want to work remotely. Millennials and Gen Z, they don't want to get their hands dirty. They don't want to do blue collar work. So if you're a blue collar worker, right, especially in a field that can't really be taken over by robots that much, like it's hard for robots to do electrician work. It's hard for a robot to really do mechanics, right? It's easy for them to assemble, but to repair something, a little bit harder, costs a little bit more money, And then if you know how to repair the computers, right? That's a lot of money as well. But anything where you're working with your hands, man, like I said, welding, the bridge just got knocked down in Baltimore not too long ago. You know how much money those welders are about to make? Especially underwater welding. Underwater welding is a bag. All right, I think I got another question in here. Had a pretty good first date with a girl. What's up, C-Dub, by the way? Had a pretty good first date with a girl from my run club, and she said she wanted a second date. However, she then said she had to be honest that she was talking to someone else. What's your take? Honestly, first of all, you gotta ask yourself, why do you care? Because if this was a girl you were vetting for a relationship, right? And she's saying she's talking to someone else. If she's talking to someone else in the sense of she's in a relationship, which is what it sounds like, then this is not a woman I would take serious for a relationship because she's basically monkey branching right now. She's in a relationship. She's putting herself back out there to see if she can reach out and find someone better instead of just leaving the relationship. Now, if you just want to smash, then I would say, who cares? If you don't know that man, you don't owe him nothing. You don't owe him the respect or loyalty. So I would just take it as, okay, in the words of Drake, and since you picked up, I know he's not around. So I would take it like that. If you're talking to someone, but you talking to me, then whoever you talking to must be messing up, right? Because that's what she's doing. She's trying to monkey branch. So if I'm just trying to smash, I'm going to take advantage of the situation. Because here's the next thing, C-Dub. If you are just trying to smash and she's telling you she's talking to someone, and let's say they are in a relationship, because she might just mean she's talking to someone as in she's dealing with someone else, which doesn't mean she's in a relationship. But again, if you were looking at her for a relationship, she's eliminated from that. Because now she out here giving free coochie with no relationships. So she's eliminated from that. You know what I mean? But again, if you're just trying to smash and she's talking to someone else, the window's open right now. But if she's talking to someone else, the window might not be open very long. Because he's probably going to go, he's going to start singing, baby, come back, trying to get her back. And the window going to close on you. So that's the best way for me to answer the question. If you're trying to be in a serious relationship with her, I wouldn't do it. She's starting off on the wrong foot. You already got somebody. You got somebody you feel strongly enough about to tell me you're talking to him. So we off on the wrong foot. But if I'm just trying to bully you back out, I don't give a damn. Your man ain't my problem. I don't know who he is. So that ain't going to stop me from making no moves. Let's see. I just got an EPA 608 Type 1 refrigerator license. My man. That's what's up. I love to see y'all doing big things, man. And you're welcome, Justin. I love to see y'all doing big things out here in the world, making money, man. Because you're going to have to be competitive now. I've been trying to warn people. And those of you who've been rocking with me, y'all been seeing it. To be competitive now, you're going to need at least $75,000 or more. That's just the reality of the situation. And you're not going to get that without some type of a trade school skill or a college diploma, preferably in the STEM field. All right? Or if not directly in the STEM field, it could be in a business field, but it better be more along the lines of like finance and accounting or actuary, which sometimes people put into mathematics anyway, which will still fall into the STEM field. But yeah, without something in one of those two things, or of course you can open your own business, but you're still going to need to find a way to make money in the meantime, because it's going to take a while for your business to make money. Without one of those two things, it's just going to be hard for you to make money with the world in the current shape that it is. Thanks, brother. I made 50K now and trying to become, like you said, a jack of all trades and lost 50 pounds in the gym. My man, that's what I like to hear. What's the best dating app in terms of quality, like Hinge, Bumble, or Tinder? All right. What's the best dating app in terms of quality? So first of all, stay off of Bumble. I wouldn't suggest any men use any site that's designed to give women control like that. So stay off of Bumble. Bumble's eliminated. Like you're just sitting there waiting for someone. Nah, Bumble's for insecure girls. You can't even like them on Bumble. They have to like you. Who wants to deal with that? That's weird. That's starting off on the wrong foot. You probably got control issues. Bumble's eliminated. Now, Tinder and Hinge. Hinge is, in my opinion, the best dating app for finding quality. If you want to find an elite woman, you're going to find her on Hinge. Most elite women are going to avoid Tinder because they already know that Tinder is known as a hookup app. That's pretty much exactly what Tinder is. Tinder is where you go if you like an old head looking for a younger woman who doesn't want to directly go through seeking arrangements. Tinder is where you want to go if you're like a young college student looking to hook up, or if you're just looking to hook up in general. It's not taken very seriously. There's also a lot of bots on Tinder. There's a lot of women trying to sell coochie on Tinder. There's a lot of extra stuff going on that gets in the way. So Tinder, again, if you just want to hook up, Tinder is solid. But in my opinion, in terms of quality, the quality of women you're going to run into, right? Hinge is light years above Tinder. Lots and lots of career, professional oriented women on Hinge. Lots of women who are ready to get wifed up, who are willing to do what they need to do, willing to do what it takes for that to happen. So to me, Hinge is by far the greatest quality, especially without having to pay. Because I don't believe in paying for dating apps. That's crazy to me. So Hinge for elite women. Tinder if you're just trying to hook up. None of y'all should be on Bumble. Bumble gives women too much control. Bumble is where you're going to run into a third or fourth wave feminist. I can almost guarantee it. Hinge is like the happy medium between the women who ain't just looking to hook up, looking for something serious, but they're going to be quality women at the same time. All right, let me see here what we got. All right, I don't know how to pronounce this name, but Kumalo said he went on a date with a girl who's 8 years older than him. I'm 22. Okay, so she's 30. Smashed on the first date, invited her over to the crib for the second meet. Now she's accusing me all I want is sex. So what's going on there is, here's the thing, guys. One night stands are, as long as you're being safe, or in a kind of a highest prestige, as I like to say, one night stands are cool. Like, they're fun when they happen. But what I tell dudes all the time is, 9 times out of 10, if you have a one night stand with a woman, don't expect for her to go on rotation. And what I mean by that is, don't expect for her to be a woman you can spin the block with, or, hit up, for a booty call or anything like that. Because what happens a lot of the time is, when women let you smash on the first date, they feel like hoes. They might be okay with it in the moment because it means, you was basically being everything she needed, right? You was turning her on in every way. That's how she ended up letting you smash on the first night. So she felt good in the moment, but the problem is once it was done, especially once you leave, now she feels kind of dirty. She's going to feel used. She's going to feel like a hoe. It has nothing to do with you. This is just how she's going to feel. She's going to feel like a hoe. So now she's like, okay, I should either not talk to him anymore and pretend that this didn't happen, or if I do talk to him, I need to immediately kind of try to leverage this or angle this so that it seems like we're in a relationship. So the reason she said now when you hit her up trying to play the crib again, oh, you just want to have sex, is because in her head, she's already messed up. She was probably thinking she wanted to be in a relationship with you. And now she's like, I gave him the ass too fast. Now he thinks I'm just a hoe. I'm just a booty call. So that's why she's now saying you don't want to take her anywhere, even though y'all already went on a date and it's only a second time y'all hanging out, right? Which would be fine if it wasn't for the chance that she lets you smash. So I'm going to say this in summation as far as what you should do. If this is a girl you want to put in rotation, you're going to have to woo her a little bit more, right? The only way to really keep a rotation going, which is, I don't want to say I don't recommend having a rotation, but a lot of men can't really afford to have a rotation. And what I mean by that is the only way to keep a woman basically sleeping with you without the commitment of a relationship is to treat her like she's your girl or make her feel like she's your girl, just not giving her the title and making sure that she understands that you're not ready for that yet, right? So what I'm saying is, if you tell a woman, look, I'm not ready for a relationship yet, right? But I'm going to take you out. I'm going to show you a good time, and I'm going to put that good loving on you. They might be a little upset at first, but if their attraction level is high enough to you, which hers must be because y'all had sex on the first night, they'll rock with that. They'll be okay with that. But you're going to have to treat them like that. So if you got 2 girls, you're going to have to do that with both of them. If you got 3 girls, you're going to have to do that with all 3 of them, right? And that's the reason I rock with AMS, because he's one of the only ones who are real enough to talk about this. You're going to have to be able to afford to constantly court all 3 of them. Now, if you got the money like that, then you're good. But if you don't, then it's better to not even have a rotation. It's better to just have one chick who you messing around with until you're ready to commit, and then either commit to her if she's solid, or if she's not solid, go ahead and get her to the side and commit to the woman you want to be solid with. But if you can afford it, there's nothing wrong with having three different chicks. But you just gotta treat them all kind of like they're your girl. So in summation, if you don't want her on the team, you can just move on, and go to the next target. But if you do want her on the team, you're gonna have to probably take her out a few more times, or talk to her, or treat her in a way. You can risk this too, or treat her in a way that makes her feel like she's not a hoe. But it's kind of hard when you have a one night stand, because, like I said, mentally it puts them in a box that he's treating me like a hoe. So they start trying to make you do way more than they would have if that didn't happen. What else we got in here? I am Courtney Michelle. Hello. Just saying hey. You called me mid. What's up, Courtney? I did call you mid, but mid's not a bad thing. When I said mid, I mean like, so I live in the DMV. I think I said this too. I live in the DMV. So I was like, I see women like Courtney Michelle all the time. So to me, she's mid. I meant that. It just means I'm surrounded by beautiful women. I'm surrounded by beautiful women who have a certain level of posh to them, because I'm also surrounded by the most successful black women in America. Because, I'm in PG County, next to Moco County in DC. So I'm surrounded by some of the most beautiful, successful black women in America on a daily basis, right? I would argue probably the only women in the country who look better than women in the DMV is probably, I'd say, LA and probably Arizona, maybe Miami, but I didn't really see that many attractive women when I was in Miami. And probably maybe Atlanta, but it's top 5. So when I'm saying that, I'm comparing you to that. That's what I meant when I was saying that you was mid. Because people be, well, I realized in these spaces, the dudes see any girl and they just start losing their damn mind. Like, oh my God, oh, she's so beautiful, she's so gorgeous. And I'm like, bro, this is why y'all be out here red pill raging and going crazy. Because if you can't look at a woman and have a regular conversation like you've been there and done that before, you're going to have a hard time, man. But with all that being said, I know, Courtney, that, women tend to be a little bit more emotional. So hopefully you didn't take that personal. But when I said mid, I meant like a 7, somewhere around 7, 7.5, 8, 6, somewhere around there. It's not a bad thing. Most people are mid. So it's not a bad thing. All right, what else we got? I deleted my Tinder after I got catfished by a trans person. Oh my God. Well, look, 2 things, Justin. One, at least you found out the person was trans before y'all got anything done. All right, Drewski almost got caught by a trans person, so it happens. Luckily it hasn't happened to me, and hopefully it doesn't. But at least you found out. And yeah, see, that's what I'm telling you. Tinder has a lot of bots. It's got a lot of transformers or transmissions or, trans vices. It's what you might call it, whatever you want to call it. But it's full of a lot of those. You don't get that as much on Hinge, right? At least in my experience, you don't get that as much. You get a lot of women trying to literally sell you box on Tinder. You get all types of stuff. It's wild out there. But I'm glad you got out of there, Justin. I'm glad you got out of there, man. What you say, Courtney? You say, am I mid? I wouldn't consider. Well, are you asking about mid in terms of looks or overall? Let me start there, because when I said you was mid, I was talking about looks. So are you talking about looks too? Now you're making me feel like I should have did a StreamYard, because I don't even know if you can invite people up on this. Yep, as in you're talking about the looks department. If you're talking about the looks department, I would say I'm above mid. Cause I put myself in the looks department, I put myself at probably around like probably about 9. So I would say I'm above mid. I would definitely say I'm above mid. But if a woman decided to say that I wasn't above mid, I wouldn't. It wouldn't bother me at all. As in you trying to say that I'm not okay. I mean, you might look. You might not think that I am. That's fine. But my results can speak for themselves. I could watch everybody come online, and I could watch them all talk about how 90% of men can't get any matches on a dating app. I could all watch them talk about how, women are submissive this, women don't cook that, women don't clean this, women don't pay for that. And so by that scale of what I'm hearing men say, and I know that you're reporting on it too, I have women cooking for me all the time. I had women paying to take me to dates all the time, and they weren't cheap dates. We talking about front row at sports games. We talking about U.S. Opens. We talking about concerts. Front row Chris Brown concerts. Front row SZA concerts. We talking about that type of stuff. So if you're telling me 80% of men can't even get a match on a dating app, and I can get over 400, if you're telling me modern women don't cook, don't clean, and aren't submissive, mine's cook, mine's clean, and are submissive, modern women don't spend money, but they're spending the money on me, I can't be mad if that's the case. And all this stuff is in my channel, so it's not like I'm making it up. It's literally on my channel. So I don't really see why women would do all that for someone who's mid, but again, I could be wrong. What do I know? Desperate women, that doesn't mean that you're attractive. Okay. I guess if that's what you want to say. Because, I mean, if they're desperate, wouldn't they be doing that for everybody? You part of the people who make these videos, so I'm saying if they're desperate, I would figure that they're doing that for everybody. Why would it just be for me? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I can tell, man. She tight. The better question is, why do you have a problem with me saying that you're mid? That's the better question. What did you say, Justin? No guy that is mid gets the kind of matches he gets on dating. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have the statistics. We know how many men don't get matches on dating apps. So there's no way if I'm actively mid, I can go on a dating app and get over 400 matches. That's not even me being an a-hole. It's just me being honest. My fault. Maybe my head too big. But that doesn't make any sense to me. They do it for pookies. Can never be tight, just being honest. Okay, Courtney. So let me say this. Let's say you're being honest. So I'm honestly mid. Does that change that you're mid? Because that's not going to change my answer. Like, chat. Let's ask the chat. Chat. Was I wrong? Do y'all think Courtney Michelle is above mid? Y'all think Courtney is a 9 or a 10? She's the type of woman you go outside, you don't really see too many women who look like that. Chat, help. Let me know, chat. Maybe I'm tripping. She gotta be trolling. No, maybe I'm tripping. Chat, y'all tell me. Y'all think Courtney Michelle's above mid? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't seeing much breast action going on. I wasn't seeing much cake action going on in the back. We do not have a good picture to judge. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It don't really need your 5 people to accommodate me. I'm Gucci. Just wanted to pop in and say, hey. Okay, I mean, technically it's 11, but okay, you don't need my little 11 people to validate you. Okay, that's fine. Listen, Courtney, man, this is why dudes be coming at y'all the way they be coming at y'all. Because if somebody says you mid, like I said, that's not even disrespectful. Mid is mid. I could have said you was ugly. I didn't say you was ugly. I kept it a buck. I guess I was supposed to say that you was beautiful. I'd never seen nothing like that before. I couldn't pull anything as magnificent as you. But that would be a lie if I said that. So it's like, why would I say that? Wouldn't be true. And you won't because I don't show myself on Instagram only for my man. Courtney, your man know that you upset because I said you was mid. Because you was my girl, I'd be pretty mad if my girl was upset because somebody online said that she was mid. Does your man know that, Courtney? Because that's kind of crazy. So don't be mad when I call you less than men. It's not this. I'm not mad. I don't care what you call me. Like, what you talking about? You asked me my opinion of do I think it's mid. I literally gave you a logical answer and I gave you logical support of why I would say that I'm not. And then you're like, oh, you mad? How am I mad? I'm just keeping it a buck. You can think that I'm mid. The reality is over 500 different women disagree with you about me being mid. So really doesn't matter what you think. Hey, Alex, in 2024, all women are 10s, even the ones built like left tackles that could protect the blind side of Aaron Rodgers. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But listen, I'm going to tell you guys something else. She probably going to get mad at this one too, but I'm just be real. I'm going to tell you guys something else. If you say something to her about a woman and she gets emotionally triggered, you can smash her. So that's something else that might ruffle some feathers, but it's just me being real. If you say something about a woman and it gets her emotionally triggered, you can smash her. So just the fact that she's bothered that I said that she's mid lets me know that I'm not mid. Because if I was mid, if I was one of these ugly ass dudes in the manosphere, she wouldn't be sitting here in the chat with me and my 5 people asking me why I called her mid. She wouldn't have even cared. So that's just some light game for y'all, you know? That's all. What is that chat moving quick now? Courtney is mid, like a 6 to 7 cute range. Nothing high or anything like that. No sex appeal. That's what I'm saying. She's a cute girl. When you look at Courtney, she's cute. Even her little gap, like, is cute. She's cute. But it's like, you're not going to look at Courtney and be like, oh, damn, you know what I'm saying? I would tear that up. Like, there's nothing that's jumping out to you. It's not like a type of gorgeous that you don't see every day. It's nothing like, it's just regular. It's mid. It's a mid pack. Like, that's just the reality of it. It's a mid pack. What else we got here? And you won't because I don't. Wait, so where are we at? No, they don't. Not bothered, darling. Good. I'm glad you're not bothered, Courtney. You shouldn't be. Like I said, mid's not a bad thing. By the way, y'all, make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all liking the stream for me. But yeah, mid's not a bad thing. You shouldn't be bothered by that. I'm glad that you're unbothered. You know? I can't have you and the Manila Gorilla mad at me at the same time. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. But yeah, that's fine. We'll be team mid over here. What happened? Just nothing wrong with being cute or mid, since those women be wiped up and taken more seriously if they have feminine skills over IG models. Yeah, that's a fact. Most women who find they're beautiful, they over-reliant on their beauty. And the problem is a lot of women who are mid think that they're beautiful and they're over-reliant on their beauty too, which is crazy. Like, but that's a problem. Like, a woman that thinks, so I'm too cute to clean. You should buy a maid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too cute to cook. We should get it catered. You know, they don't want to get their hands dirty. You know, they don't want to do none of that. They don't want to host. They don't want to serve. They don't want to do any of those things. So a lot of times you're better off with mid. Most men actually would pick a 7 or 8 over a 9 or a 10. 9 or 10s are mostly your escorts. You take them to parties or whatever. You know, you show them off, but you ain't really trying to wife that type most of the time because you know they can't do nothing. They probably dumb as a box of rocks. So, you know, being mid isn't a bad thing. You know, look, somebody's got to be average. It's kind of crazy, man. Like, I remember one time, man, this is way back when I was in high school. But it's just still super funny to this day because this whole situation has reminded me of that. So there was this girl, right? And in reality, y'all, that girl was butt ugly. Like, she was probably like a 3 on a scale of 10, right? But she was super cool, had a great personality or whatever, right? So that's back when everybody used to play the rating games online. So she had sent me an inbox, right, and asked me to rate her. Because you would post on your profile status back there, you would just be like, hey, if you want me to rate you, inbox me or whatever. So she asked me to rate her. And I gave her a 6. Mind you, this woman's like a 3. If y'all seen her, y'all would have knew what I was talking about. But I gave her a 6, right? And she was pissed off. Like, she was tight. Like, I could tell she was trying to pretend not to be mad. She's like, a 6? Dang, that's all I get is a 6? You only got me at a 6? That's crazy. Like, I thought it would have been higher than that. Like, I was like, yo, a 6 is above average. Which she wasn't even, right? But I was like, a 6 is above average, which it is. Really, average would be 5. She was like, yeah, but I feel like a 6 means that you ugly. Well, I can't control how you feel. And that's why I said that story reminds me of this. I can't control how you feel. So if I tell you mad and you like, oh, well, what are you? Like, I can't control how you feel. If I tell you mad, you mad. It happens to all of us. Oh, man. Hey, Alex, how do you increase your sex appeal to women? You increase your sex appeal to women. There's 3 easier ways to increase your sex appeal when dealing with women. One, you got to get yourself into better shape, right? I know you were talking earlier about how you already lost 50 pounds, so you're already on your way to that. But one, you got to get yourself into better shape. After you get yourself into better shape, 2, you got to up your wardrobe. You got to up your wardrobe game. It's like I told you guys before. Just putting on a suit alone, just that one little piece, is going to instantly change how women treat you. It's going to instantly change their attraction level to you. It's going to instantly change everything. So once you get in shape, you got to get your style fixed. Now, you can't just rely on suits neither. You got to have your regular swag, right? So you got to have your urban apparel swag on point. You got to have your business casual swag on point. You just got to look like a man who could dress in a way where you can fit into many different places at once. And 3, your smell game. You got to have the right colognes. You got to have the right types of smell goods. If you have the right colognes and the right types of smell goods, then you're all set. So those are the 3 quickest ways to increase your sex appeal right there. Oh, and a good haircut. Let me not live out a good haircut. You got to have a good haircut as well. So I would say a good haircut, making sure your smell good is on point, making sure you're well groomed, making sure your smelling good is on point, making sure your dress code is up to par. You're getting yourself in the best shape that you can get in. That's the thing that's gonna put that's how you end up like my man earlier who had the one night stand. That's how you get to that level. All right. Let me see what Courtney is in here crying about. Hold on. Let's see here. What does she say? Let's be honest, you call women mid when your hairline is on the struggle bus. Let's be careful how you talk about women. Come on, Courtney. You can't be talking about nobody's hairline with that big ass forehead, man. Come on now. See, now you're going to make me cook you. I wasn't trying to cook you. But see, now you're going to make me cook you. Now you're going to make me cook you. I don't really want to cook you. Let's not make me get in on the 5 head, man. Let's not do that. How I be shining in all your videos. I didn't want to talk about that. I didn't want to talk about your headlight. We wasn't doing none of that. I wasn't gonna call you Marvin the Martian. We wasn't supposed to be doing all of that. All right? We was supposed to be chilling. We was supposed to be relaxing. Why you had to take it all the way there? Huh? Courtney, would you like to have a conversation? Is that where this is going? Do you want me to redo a stream so you can come on, Courtney? Because I don't understand why you're so bothered, Courtney. Would you like to come up? So the Courtney, you got to be the perfect Tyrone male model to call a woman mid, even though we see overrate ugly women trash men's look on daily on social media. We seeing the average woman trash and males looks right now. If we talking about it, we seeing the average woman try some male's looks right now, which is hilarious. Just because I said mid. I mean, you give people enough time, and they tell y'all why they show y'all why they're in the situations that they're in. If you give them enough time. Mind y'all, this is supposed to be a woman who's supposedly advocating for black men and black women to come together. But you call her mid. You call her mid, and then all of a sudden she's upset. But yeah, let me know if you want to come up, Courtney. We can talk about it. We can have a conversation about it. What did Vonza say? I'm your fan from South Africa. Trust me, we go through the same thing y'all do in the US. Girls are girls everywhere. Yeah, man, of course. First of all, shout out to you from South Africa, man. That's what's up. It's nice to know when you have fans all around the world, especially when it's confirmed like that. All the way to South Africa. That's what's up. Let's go. But yeah, girls are the same all around the world, man. It doesn't matter where you go. Girls will be girls, and girls gonna do what girls do. It don't make a difference where you go or where you travel to. Girls gonna be girls. All around the world. All right, I guess she finally dipped off. I guess she finally dipped off. But yeah, you know, guys, when people say certain stuff, I try to tell you guys all the time, it doesn't take people long to show you why they are in the situations they are in. It doesn't. That's one of the reasons why I tell you guys not to date single moms, because of what just happened. That's why I tell you guys not to date single moms. Because you see a woman like Courtney, she'll come online, she'll pretend to be all sweet and caring and submissive, and then you say one thing she don't like, and she go all ghetto angry black woman on you. That's why her baby father left. People show you why they're in the positions they're in. Even when I have conversations with dudes asking me how they can get more women or how they can get better relationships, I start talking about self-improvement. All right, so you're going to have to get your money up. You're going to have to get your body right. You're going to have to get your own place. You're going to have to get your own car. You're going to have a career. And then dudes just start backing away because they don't really want to do any self-work. So they start backpedaling. And then that shows you why they don't get women. Because when someone comes and says, okay, you want to get women, you need to do X, Y, and Z, they start, I ain't about to do all that. Well, that's why you lose it. It's the same thing when it comes to women. You find a woman and you be like, why at this point in life is she still having these particular struggles? Like, why at this point in life is she still having these particular problems? And then they do stuff like that, and you realize, oh, okay, that's how you made it to this point in life without a protector and provider and provisioner. Because when the protector, provider, and provisioner started telling you things that you didn't like, you got upset. So he left. Now we know why you're in the position you're in. You let people talk long enough, they'll show you. Place is to live for a thriving dating and working life. My city has like 200,000 people. 200,000 people in it. Where you live? Idaho? You even live in Idaho or Iowa? Nope, still here. LOL. Go ahead and deflect, darling. I'm different because I can roast your ass back. Welcome to the South. You're not roasting though. You're trying to say that I'm mad. First of all, women don't care about looks. So if I'm mad, I got money. So what does it matter? I'm mad, I got money. I'm mad, I'm a business owner. I'm mad, I got 2 whips. So that's not roasting me. That's not roasting me. I'm from the South and I can roast back. That's not roasting. You ain't cracked a good joke yet. You're going to have to do better than that if you're talking about roasting somebody. Women do care about looks. Okay. I'll tell you what. Ask Russell Simmons' daughter if she think that white man she with right now is fine. Ask Russell Simmons' daughter if she think that white man she with right now is fine. I guarantee you she gonna say no. Women don't give a damn about looks, man. If you got money and you got power, women don't give a damn about looks. Come on now. Who we kidding here? Sugar daddy culture, sprinkle, sprinkle. And you talking about some women care about looks. We don't give a damn about no damn looks. What are we talking about? You don't care about looks. $400 and you down for whatever. $400 and you busting it wide open for a real one. What are you talking about looks? Well, he has more money than you would ever have, so let's not put you in that cornerback. First of all, who is he? Your imaginary husband? Because you've been talking about how you engaged for like 5 months and we ain't seen no wedding yet. So who? First of all, who is he? Your imaginary husband? Second of all, your imaginary husband might have more money than me, but you don't. So what difference does it make? Your imaginary husband might, but you don't. So what difference does it make? The difference does it make? See, the difference is you're from the South, so you can roast, but I'm from New York. You can't roast better than me. Like that's not the beef that you want. That's not the beef that you want. That's not a fight you're gonna win. I would suggest highly not to even push yourself down that rope. That's not a fight you're gonna win. That hairline look like you narrowing up West Side all day. You know the hairline jokes would probably hit if it wasn't for the fact that I literally just cut my hair. If it wasn't for the fact that I literally just cut my hair, the hairline jokes might hit. If it wasn't for the fact that women like bald men, the hairline jokes might hit. Wasn't you just on the Peef Network with all them bald ass dudes in their face? And now you're trying to act like you got hairline issues. My hairline better than yours. Courtney's braids start way back here in her forehead, and she want to talk about people's hairlines. She don't even got no baby hairs. Her forehead start too far back to have baby hairs. And she want to talk about somebody's hairline. Like, you can't, come on now. You can't have a movie theater size forehead and then try and talk about somebody's hairline. It doesn't work like that. You can't have a screen projector for a forehead and try to talk about somebody's hairline, Courtney. It don't work that way. And it's funny, it's better that you type in this. I know why you don't want to have a conversation, because then if you have a conversation, you're going to start whistling through that gap. You're going to start sounding like Herbert, the pervert off of Family Guy. It's going to be like, well, I think that I'm not made. You are haters. So I understand why you want to type in the chat with the Twitter fingers. Because I already told you I can easily just start a new live and just bring you up, and then we could just have the conversation if you bothered. But you also said toodles like 10 minutes ago, so, whatever. All right, let's see here. You asked Beyonce if she thinks Jay-Z is hot. Laugh out. Money, power overlooks every day for a man. She knows that, man. She just don't got no argument. She already knows that they don't care about. She don't care about looks. She already knows this. She just has no argument. She can't call me broke. She tried to call me unattractive. That doesn't work because I get too many matches for her to call me unattractive. So she's stuck right now. She's in the catch-22. She don't know what to do. She used to argue with old ugly dudes who can't get laid. She don't know what to do with me. Like, she ain't never ran into nothing like this. She don't know what to do. My Instagram shows that my gap is fine. Your gap is fine. Listen, man, I just hope your man ain't got no foreskin. As long as he ain't got no foreskin, then your gap is fine. If he got foreskin, I'm going to pray for that man, because I know it's getting caught in there. I know it's getting stuck in that gap. I know for a fact that it is. But you're right. Your gap is fine. Your gap is fine. You're right, Courtney. Your gap is fine. Your gap is fine, and your imaginary fiance has way more money than I do. Just like, this is like the equivalent of when you say a fact about women and they start talking about their friend or their baby mother, sister, cousin Tracy, who that doesn't apply to. Well, y'all say once you have a kid, it's harder to get married. But my baby cousin sister's mama, Aunt Tracy, she got married and she got a kid. And you don't even know who these people are or if they exist or what's going on with them. You just, you just, you just, you don't have nothing to go off of other than them telling you that that's the case. This is hilarious. What does it say? West Side, West Side. Courtney, what are you talking about? Courtney, you're drinking wine. You're drinking wine, ain't you? You're drunk as hell right now talking, ain't you? Are you drunk, Courtney? That's your problem right now? You off that sangria? you in there shaking your little Debbie cakes off that sangria? You wanted me to fly you out? I'm in a hotel right now. You want me to fly you? You want to have this conversation in person? Is that why you bothered, Courtney? Cause I can fly you out. I got your email. We could do a show together. And you can explain to your man why you bothered about my opinion about your looks. We can talk about that on the show. You want me to fly you out, Courtney? She can't come at you with these stumps. That's not something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She can't. What can she say about me? I already explained the psychology behind this. There's no refuting my psychology behind this. If I was really mad or if I was really ugly, Courtney wouldn't even be in here going back and forth with me, guys. First of all, she wouldn't even be able to stand looking at me for this long. She wouldn't be able to stand looking at me for this long if I was ugly. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm not going to argue with no ugly chick. You got it. I'm not about to argue with, especially on a live. I'm just sitting there staring at you and you ugly. That ain't about to happen. That don't even make sense. I know what this is about. She's going to pretend that it's not about, guys. I'm telling you, all the guys watching right now, I'm telling y'all what I know. I know what this is about. She's bothered by me calling her mid because she don't really view me as mid. And me saying she made her feelings because of that reason. Because it didn't validate how she views herself. So she views herself as fine as fuck. And I called her mid. And she views me as above mid. So now because I called her mid, that's why she's bothered. She can type in the chat all day and say that that's not why she's bothered. I'm telling you, that's why she's bothered. Because I've watched her on Plea Ever Live talk about some, well, you know, she started talking in that southern white woman voice. She started going, oh, well, I don't really care what y'all got to say about me because I'm secure in myself, and so I don't really care what y'all got to say about me, and y'all can call me all types of bitch. And like when she was talking to General Tito, she said that y'all can call me all type of bitches and hoes and sluts, and I'm used to it. I ain't calling no type of bitch or hoe or slut. I just said she was mid. Understand this, guys. She literally said on lives, dudes can call her the B word, a slut, all types of stuff. Right? All I said is that she's mid. That's all I said. And she's upset. I'm telling you, that's why she's upset. She can deny all she wants to. The more she denies, the more I know she's right. She's upset because she wanted a higher number. She expected that. She wanted the validation of a higher number. She's mad she don't have that validation. No, just thinking about the hairline, just having fun. Hairline jokes were cool when we were in middle school. Yeah, you cracking hairline jokes. Like, what are you? Well, your hairline. So yeah, I got money and muscles and a beard. I'm gonna give a damn about my damn hairline. I could grow my hair back out just like I did last week whenever I want to. I'm not gonna give a damn about a hairline. Why would I care about a hairline? I'm a man. I'm not vain. I don't have to be vain. My masculinity is up. My bread is up. I can tell a chick to pick a car to sit in, and my fans know that I'm not lying. Like, again, everything I said about my matches, everything I said about the women who could cook. I got women serving me tomahawk steaks. I already know, Courtney, that you serve your man instant mashed potatoes, and you don't even put milk in it. You put water in it. I know you open the can and serve him them Jolly Green Giant green beans. I know what type of meals you making your man. I know you ain't chopping no carrots like my girls do. I know you ain't chopping up no potatoes like my girl does. I know you're not doing this. I know you ain't never took your man front row to an NBA game like my girls do. I know you ain't never took your man to no U.S. Open like my girls do. I know you ain't never baked your man no pie from scratch like my girls do. I know you ain't doing these things, Courtney. I know a bad meal. I seen the meal Princella made, that dog food. I know you making meals like that. You a fan, crash out. Oh, I'm a fan. Okay, all right, sure, I'm a fan. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. I guess I'm a fan. I mean, I ain't never seen myself in your life, but whatever you want to call it. So, what you might call it? What colognes do you recommend for starters? A good starting cologne. I would say Gucci Eros. I think Gucci Eros is a good everyday cologne. It's not really seasonal. It doesn't really have many seasonal notes. So yeah, I would say Gucci Eros. I would go with that first. If you was only gonna get one cologne and you was just gonna start off, Gucci Eros it would be. Nah, I'm just bored. Okay, yeah, I was right, y'all. Courtney drunk. So y'all forget Courtney. She drunk. Her man not around to entertain her, so she in my chat. I get it. I wish I had. I should have did a stream yard. Something told me I should have did a stream yard because we could have had Courtney come up and twerk for us, but now she can't come up because we ain't got no stream yard. But that's all right. It's all good. But yeah, Justin, I would start with Gucci Arrows, and then I will work my way from there. After the Gucci Arrows, I will work my way from that. We could have us a show, man. Like, what's her name? What's her name? Melanie saying? I don't be remembering who these people are. I don't be remembering who these other YouTubers are. I think it's Melanie. So Melanie King, yeah. She was the one who was twerking on the live who got drunk. And was twerking on MTR's live. We could have had us a show tonight. We'd have messed up. Let me make sure I ain't missing no over chats because I'll be behind. Nah, I ain't missing no other ones. I ain't missing no other ones. All right, guys. We'll probably go for another, what is it, 806? Yeah, it's 806. We'll probably go for another 10. I'll probably go for another 10. See if I get any more good questions. Then I got to roll. I got a conference in the AM. That's why I'm in the telly. About to make this bread. Stack, son. So if you got any questions, go ahead and send them up in the chat really quick. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. I done fell. All right, sound back. Sound back. All right, yeah, sound should be back. God don't like ugly. Peace. Courtney, take your drunk ass on, man. If you're not about to twerk for us in the chat, you come back another time. You come back another time. As a matter of fact, I'll send you an email. We can have a conversation about it or something like that. All right, cool. Sound is back. So I do want to answer a quick question that I get. What'd you say? What's up with all these Gen Z rappers and athletes like Caleb Williams painting their nails? Like, bruh, what the fuck? I don't know what's good with it. You know what's funny? You know what bothers me the most about that? It's just interesting to me that it happens to pretty much always be a black man who's painting his nails and stuff like that. Oh, that's way too bright. Hold on. Yeah, we'll go back to here. Yeah, it just bothers me that it's always young black men who are doing all that. All that painting their nails and all that fruity, zesty stuff. Like, you don't see Archie Manning and none of them doing that. You just see brothers doing that. Like, that's the most annoying part about it. Caleb Williams and Jared McCain and all them. And that's one of the sassiest things you can do is paint your nails. Like, that's by far one of the sassiest things you can do. Because that's not even something that's hitting. At that point, you basically projecting to everybody that you don't like, that you basically sassy, that you zesty. You're projecting it to the world once you put it on your nails, because people don't even gotta look that hard to see that. So I don't know why they do that, man. I don't like it. You have to give Justin, how old are you, man? Because I don't know if you Gen Z or not. We really need a baby girl and who else is Gen Z? I'm pretty sure Patrick is Gen Z too from some of the comments I left. We needed them up in the chat because they would have been able to give us a better explanation. Because Justin, if I'm not mistaken, you around my age, ain't you? God don't like medieval Courtney bye. Yeah, that's hilarious. I don't care if a dude is gay doing that because that is expected, I guess, but not a fan of supposed straight dudes doing it to ride the fence. Yeah, that's what I don't like. If you want to be gay and do it, if you was gay and you did it, then it's fine. Like, you gay, it's fine. But saying that you straight and doing feminine things is wild. Like, saying that you straight and doing feminine things is wild. It's super wild, shame. And it's weird to me how women support stuff like that, but then they run around and talk about how everybody else is on the down low or in the closet. But then they run around supporting stuff like that, which makes no sense. Like, how you gonna support dude painting his nails, but then talk about how dudes be down low or in the closet? It don't line up. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. And I agree with you 100%. Like I told y'all before, I got gay friends. Gay friends put you around the baddest women. That's a piece of advice I gave y'all before. Gay men will put you around the finest women. The finest. Who just be in all types of house party ass situations, all types of situations where you could pick somebody up or bag somebody. So I don't have a problem with gay men. I'm just like you. But I don't like the agenda of normalizing doing feminine things on straight men. That's where I have a problem. Because if I have a son and he come home painting his nails and he's not LGBTQ, then we're going to have a problem. That's where my issue is. I also have an issue with they only using black men for that. Like I said, you don't see J.J. McCarthy painting his nails. You know, you don't see Dalton Kinnack painting his nails. You don't see the Gen Z white males doing that. It's only black dudes doing that. So I feel like they're doing that on purpose, man. They try to turn everybody gay. This, like I keep telling y'all with that MGTOW movement. The MGTOW movement is very, 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 very zesty when you really break it down. Because you telling men to go their own way and not deal with women. So who they going to deal with? And they sitting in chats and watching videos of men all the time. I'm just saying. It can get very zesty. It can get real zesty in there. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, bro, I feel bad for whoever Chicago center is when they draft Caleb Williams. Because, you know, you got to tap his... He probably going to be tapping him on the backside. Like, I know how they do the silent counts in football where they do 2 stomps. Caleb Williams don't do 2 stomps. Caleb Williams give 2 pats on the backside. A little double tap. Like, it's wild. Like, ain't no way I would want to be that man center. But yeah, I'm 31 and will be 32 next month. I figured you was around my age, Justin. So D Miller is Gen Z. Yo, D Miller, what's good with your generation, man? Because I posted a video not too long ago with some dudes on TikTok. They was like 2-stepping like women and twerking and shit. And now we got dudes out here painting their nails and getting nail scholarships. What's up with Gen Z? Because I be trying to help the young ones. Like, what's really good with y'all, man? Like, is it the Matrix? Is it the media? Like, what's good with y'all, man? What is with all the rainbows and glitter and confetti blowing out of y'all? What's going on with that? I say the black pill community is very zesty, rating dudes' faces and arguing over which guy looks better, or is it Chad or Tyrone? Yeah, that shit is gay as hell. That's why I did. That's why I had did the video on the wheat waffles dude way back. I think it was like last year or the year before that. Because I was like, yo, what the hell is this dude talking about? Like, he out here scanning people's faces and talking about the symmetry and who's peak attractive and who's not peak attractive. I'm like, yo, what is this dude talking about? Hey, yo, make sure y'all liking the stream for me too, by the way. Make sure y'all like the stream real quick. Um, who else said something? I think I just missed something. I think I just missed something somebody said. What's up with all these Gen Z rappers and athletes? Like, nah, that's not it. Maybe I didn't miss anything. I thought I missed something in the chat. Maybe I did. All right, I probably did. But yeah, Miller, what's going on with your Gen Z cats, man? Like, we need an answer. We definitely need an answer. But I agree, Justin. I think a lot of that stuff. I've been peeping a lot of that stuff online too, man. I'm telling you, like, MGTOW, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be no a-hole. I'm just being honest with you. A bunch of dudes hanging out with dudes is just a weird vibe. It's weird energy to me, man. I don't know why so many dudes is just okay with that. I can't explain that. Yeah, I mean, I figured you wouldn't be able to, man. It's not like it's all just you. So I figured you wouldn't be able to. But I don't know. I didn't know if you had some type of insight we was missing. I was like, maybe you know something that we don't about it. Because the zestiness levels with them is insane, man. It's absolutely crazy. The center snapping the ball at Caleb Williams is really insane. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to be able to explain that, man. Just make sure you keep rocking with us and following us so you don't get caught up in all that flamboyantness. Because it's real out here in these streets with Gen Z, man. Gen Z's out here being real deal weirdos. Real deal weirdos. All right, man. Last 5 minutes, guys. Any questions y'all want to ask really quick before I get out of here? Last 5 minutes. Ask them now. It don't got to be about relationships. As always, y'all can ask me about finance. Or y'all can ask me about job opportunities. Or, like I said, man, whatever it is that you guys want to ask. Y'all got about 5 minutes left, so get them questions up in there now so you can ask them. What the hell's wrong with this damn phone? That's wild. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, I was gonna answer this earlier, so I want to answer this right now while I got a little bit of a low. Guys, when it comes to dating apps, listen. Let me tell you guys this. I don't think it's intelligent for any man to cut off a way to talk to women. Any way you can get women when you're single, you get them. It's like a funnel. It's like I told you guys before, like when you run a business, you don't say, I'm only going to advertise in person by hanging flowers or by not hanging flowers, by hanging flyers, right? Or giving out business cards. I'm only going to advertise in business. I'm not going to use online marketing. You can't run a business that way, right? As a business, you want to advertise to everybody to get as many potential clients as you possibly can. So when it comes to dating, you want to do the same thing, right? So you want to talk to women when you see them in person. All right, you want to talk to women through your social circle, but you want to talk to women online too. Because y'all just talking about online dating. Women will come in your inbox on Instagram. Trust me. Like when you run businesses, right? Or you make new car purchases, or you traveling, you're doing anything popping, women gonna start hollering at you on Instagram. So if you don't believe in talking to women online, but you're not gonna respond to your Instagram, women will holler at you on Facebook, they'll holler at you on Snapchat. Like let's look past the dating apps, just online in general. For you to say I'm not gonna talk to a woman I met online, you cutting off mad opportunity. Because like I said, that cuts off social media too. So to me, when you're in that phase of life where you're ready to date, you need to open all avenues of dating. So you need to be pulling women from everywhere. Like, I don't give a damn if she sends you a DM on Instagram, if she sends you a message on Facebook, if she sends you a message on TikTok, all right, Hinge, Tinder, whatever the hell it is. You need to have all avenues open, because whereas you might not be, right, let's say you're not the most attractive physically, right? You're not the most attractive looking person physically, but you have a lot of money. A woman who meets you in real life, depending on what situation she meets you in, she might not be in a situation where she knows that you have a lot of money. You might not be able to display that. But on a dating app, she could tell by your car, or she could tell by the community you live in, or whatever you want to call it. She could be like, oh, okay, I know that this is a dude who get into the bag. And that might help you if you're not a traditionally attractive dude. You know what I mean? That can help you out. That can help you get where you want to be. Or let's say you're not the most physically attractive dude, but you got a nice body. Again, she might be able to tell that, but a lot of times she won't be able to tell that, right? Just from meeting you outside, she's not going to be able to tell if you got a nice body or not. But you go on your dating app, you can post your body, you can get ahead with stuff like that, right? Shoot, one of my dudes, he just work out all the time, right? Because he a personal trainer. Women be in his inbox all the time just from him being a personal trainer and just working out. So that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. You don't want to cut off an avenue. And I know a lot of people online that tell you, oh, don't use dating apps, don't use dating apps. But I just don't see the point in that. I don't see the benefit to it. I say use whatever avenue you can with women to get ahead with them. That's what I say. That's what I say when it comes to that. So yeah, I say use dating apps. I say use real life. I say use it. But the only thing I would say not to do or to watch out with doing is talking to women at work. Other than that, it's up, man. Don't be cutting off no sources. Hey, Alex, what to do if you have nobody to take your dating app pictures? Is that the dude, Matthew Evans, who made that song you was talking about? Is he the dude who what? Oh, yeah, no. He's not who I was talking about in that example. Nah. That's one of my guys too, but that's not who I was talking about in that example. It took me a while to catch up to what he was talking about. But if you don't have nobody to take pictures for you for your dating apps, man, just take pictures doing stuff. Like a lot of my pictures was selfies. Like some of my pictures was just selfies with a timer on them, man. And I would just prop my camera up against something and cut the timer on and let it take the picture. And I would move on, Like that's how a lot of mine was. So you don't really gotta have no one take the photos for you, man. You can just take selfies or make little videos and stuff of yourself and just post it yourself. You don't want to overthink it. It's more about posting photos of you, like I said, traveling, working out, or what your body is looking like, posting yourself in like suits and nice clothing. It's more about that than really who took the picture or how professional the picture was taken. That don't really matter. Nobody really care about that. Don't stress yourself out over that aspect of it. It's not that important. It's not that important. Just get the pictures up there, like I said, even if you took them by yourself. But yeah, no, that wasn't Matthew that I was just talking about. I was just talking in general. But yeah, man, when it comes to the pictures, like I said, it's presentation over everything. Get you a business professional picture up there. Get you a picture in the gym. Get you pictures of you traveling, turning up, stuff like that. That's all you need. It don't matter if you took them yourself. I got you. You got guys like Fit, recommending guys pay for photo shoots and professional photographers. Nah, that's stupid. That's too much. That's corny. Like, that's something females do. Like, women will put photo shoot pictures on their profile. You don't got to do all that. It's more important what you're doing, right? Women want to see you out living life. They see you out traveling, having vacations, doing Instagram worthy things, sitting front row, you know what I mean, at sporting events. Like I said, rolling around with suits, rolling around in a nice car. If you have a nice car, you can post that. They want to see stuff like that. You having a professional picture has no bearing on anything. That doesn't matter. They don't care. It has absolutely no bearing on anything. It's more about posting yourself doing fun activities and posting yourself doing Instagrammable stuff. Fresh and Fit some idiots, man. They be buying prostitutes. We about to talk about that in the video too, because they be buying prostitutes, then the dude messed around and knocked the prostitute up. How you gonna knock a prostitute up? That's wild. That's crazy. Yeah, don't ever listen to Fresh and Fit, man. Fresh and Fit gonna steer y'all wrong. They 100% gonna steer y'all wrong. You gonna end up with some woman who's selling the cootie, and you gonna mess around and get her ass pregnant, and they ain't gonna have no video with nothing, no type of information to help your ass out. You're gonna be all on your own. So yeah, I wouldn't listen to them. What's it, hour and a half? All right, guys. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Like I said, if you guys want to hit any donations, y'all can see the donation link in the description. It's hashtag, dang, I almost missed the live. Yeah, you pretty much did miss the live at this point. The live is over now. You missed everything. You missed Courtney PMSing. You missed everything. Yeah, the live is over now. It's pretty much a wrap now. I had a tough time getting dates from women on Bumble because of the masculine and argumentative about the date location. Yeah, I already told you, no Bumble. No more Bumble. Bumble's the worst dating app of all time. Get off of Bumble. Get off of Bumble. Bumble doesn't work. It's putting way too much power in the wrong hands. It's putting way too much power in the wrong hands. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, stay far away from Bumble, man. I'm trying to tell you, you almost guaranteed to run into a third wave feminist if you're messing around with Bumble. Stay far away from Bumble. But yeah, like I said, guys, if you want to donate, there's a donation link in the chat itself. Of course, y'all could just donate through that chat link, but y'all could also Cash App, not hashtag, I'm sorry. It's $ reset relationships. If you guys want to donate, it's $ reset relationships. If you guys have any relationship questions you want to ask, maybe you don't want to say it on live, you want to say it more private, all right, you can email me, alexandshamshow@gmail.com. Again, that's alexandshamshow@gmail.com. That's Sam with an S. I can email me. We can set up consultations. If you guys need any financial consultations, or if you don't just need a financial consultation, you just need consultation about where to go on a business tip, how to run your own business, anything like that, shoot me an email at alexandshamshow@gmail.com. Again, that's alexandshamshow@gmail.com. All right. That's all the links for everything. All right. But hey, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. We're going to do this again really soon. All right. We're going to do this again really soon. I'll let y'all know further ahead of time, because I kind of just threw this out there at the last minute, at the very last minute. So I know a lot of people didn't even know I was going to go live. I literally just went live at the last minute. I also wanted to test during the live vertically and try to put it in a horizontal stream and seeing what that would do from a numbers perspective. I wanted to test that. I was also just bored, so I wanted to have a quick Q&A because of that too. But yeah, man, you guys already know. I'll be back tomorrow with even more content for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button right now. If you're watching this live, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Don't treat me like a side piece. Hit the like button so everybody know what you're tuning into. But with that being said, y'all, I'm about to roll. I am Alex, and I am out, y'all. Peace. We're going to do this again.